They're coming for us. Get them. Get them. They're coming in hot.
I got one.
Don't get cocky, kid.
But it's a Pod Bros podcast.
What do you mean it's a podcast? You haven't been shooting? They're all over the place.
Well, no, but they've got all sorts of good shows like Pencil and Ink Reviews and The Guy Huddle and Players vs. Podcasts. I mean, was I supposed to?
Yes. What? How many podcasts do they have?
There's tons. You got other ones like The Accidental Wrestling Fan and Take Aim Outdoors.
That kind of sounds like we should make podcasts, not war.
Aww. What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
And I'm Shawn.
And we are speaking the language of bromance.
So, Rich, I am trying to get healthy, right? I mean, I've packed on a few winter pounds. You know, we had the baby.
Speak for yourself. I am trim, slim, and ready to get some trim. I was trying to think of something that rhymed with slim.
You were close. Anyway, so, I'm trying to get into that beach bod shape. Like, I want to walk down the beach and have ladies and dudes be like, that guy goes to the gym. And I'll be like, go back, put my sunglasses down my nose, be like, yes, ma'am, I do. Or yes, sir, I do. I don't care.
Are they like the big mirror glasses?
Yeah. Have you ever been hit on by a dude?
Yes.
How'd that make you feel?
Really, really good, actually.
I kind of feel the same way. Like,
have you ever? I mean, to be fair, I was in a gay bar, so I don't know if that had a. I don't know. It's
I was in a gay bar blowing the dude at the time, but
I had one in my hand, and another guy's like, "Hey, can I join?" I'm like, "Oh, I feel so special. Oh, I'm the belle of the ball."
Funny enough, it was Halloween, and you were dressed as Belle.
So no, I was in a gay bar, and was it a drag show night? I think it was a drag show night, and I had a guy offer to buy me a drink. You know what you do in that situation, Shawn?
Take the drink and run like the ladies do.
You take the free drink, but then after you get the drink, that's when you drop the bombshell that you're straight.
How'd that go? So set this story up. So this is kind of diverging from what we wanted to talk about, but
okay. So I'm standing at the bar, getting ready to buy a drink.
Am I imagining it right? Like you're sitting there with your hand on your hip, like sticking your butt out, pouty lips.
Actually, no. I had both my elbows resting on the bar because my forearms are resting on the bar because I had the money in my hand. I'm kind of like tapping it on the bar, and so I probably was like presenting, a little bit, like you get your but because like the bars sit high up, and so you got your arms on the bar. I'm sure you're presenting a little bit.
Yeah, and those Daisy Dukes are riding up a little bit. Yeah, I know how that goes.
They are. Oh my god.
Chap City. Woo!
Yeah. And of course I don't wear underwear. So that's true. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I find it to be it's a useless garment.
Yeah.
Useless.
That's a discussion for a later topic.
Is it really? Because I see no point in it. Neither should you. You know what it does? You know what it is? It's just another thing to keep the man bits down. It's a repressive garment. That's what it is. And I think that Shawn, you and I think we should start the revolution right here.
Burn our underwear.
Balls out.
Balls out, because the men have been oppressed for way too long.
That's right. Damn it.
They'll talk about us in the future when Shawn and Rich started the burn your boxers movement.
You see, kids, that was what we call the beginning of the end.
All right, so you're at the bar, got your hands there with the money.
So I'm at the bar.
What'd you order to drink? Sex on the beach?
I ordered a VCR. You know what a VCR is?
No.
It's vodka, Red Bull, and cranberry juice.
They call that a VCR?
That's what I call it.
Oh,
I don't know what they actually call it. That's what I call it.
Vodka, cranberry, and Red Bull.
It's delicious.
I'm not a big vodka fan, so.
Oh, I am. Screwdrivers. Screwdrivers was my drink of choice, all through high school.
I was a smeared off ice guy. That's what I drink all the time. That hard stuff.
Yeah. you graduated to wine coolers.
Yeah. Woo! Guys, I got to call it a night. That's my third one.
Oh. Here's the bottle of Boone's Farm. Oh, I guess.
Oh, I only drink from the box stuff.
4 more of these and I'll have a buzz. So anyway, I'm at the bar. I get this. So I'm going to order this drink. Guy walks up and he says hi, and and then it was just kind of like the general small talk. Like yes, like I don't remember what song was playing. Asked me if I knew who sang the song, which, to be fair, I think that's a pretty smooth like segue into a conversation.
That's a good pickup line, yeah.
Right? Like, hey, do you know who sings this? Because I did know it, so I was like, oh, it's blah blah blah.
And then you're like, oh, I love that song, and he put his hands on your junk.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I think we've moved a little fast, but I'm already in, so I'm already here. I don't want to be a tease. So he asked me who sings the song, and I tell him who sings the song, and he said, "Oh, didn't he also do blah 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 song?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he asked me what I was drinking, and this was as the guy who set the drink down. Like he set the drink down, and I was like, "Oh, it's vodka, cranberry, and Red Bull." I was like, "They're fucking amazing. They're really good." I was like, "I know like cranberry a little foo-foo, but because it looks kind of reddish, but I don't care. I'm comfortable with myself." Really, in hindsight, probably not the best thing to have said in that moment, but whatever. I'm playing the innocent here.
I mean, I still was a friend. I mean, we became friends that night, so it wasn't a big deal. It didn't bother me that much.
The only reason we became friends is because I didn't charge. So anyway, so the guy sets the drink down, asks me what I'm drinking, and as he's like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" And then as I'm telling him what I'm drinking, he waves he waves the bartender off from grabbing my money, which I had laid on the bar. He waves him off and like lays his money down instead. And I didn't really realize it until I turned and I saw the money there, and I was like, "Oh." I'm like, "Did you just buy my drink?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was, And then that's when I was like, "Oh, does he think no?" And that's when I was like, thank you, but I'm not okay. See, so here's
I feel the awkwardness just pouring off of you just from this.
Right. Because here's the thing. Because here's what I have to explain here.
You're like,
okay?
I'm not. Oh God, I got to make out with him.
No, I'm saying like, okay, so here's the situation, because this is what's going through my head. I don't want to come off like, oh my God, like, no, I'm not gay, because then you're insinuating that, oh, just because I buy you a drink, like that means that I want to hook up.
Yeah, he's like, this song, I've been trying to figure out who sings this song all night.
Like it could, like in my head, like I don't want to come off like some sort of homophobe.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy, oh no, I bought the drink. And then I'm like, get away from my dick! And then I just run out grabbing my pants. I don't want to be that guy, So I don't want to assume that that's what his line of thinking is. But at the same time, like, you don't want to lead him on.
Yeah. I mean, and what happens if you get 3 or 4 drinks in? Maybe you start being like, well, he has bought me 5 drinks tonight.
There was a guy that told me the only difference between a straight man and a gay man was a 6-pack. So I wasn't sure if he was talking about alcohol or abs, but
the abs part got you excited, so you went with that.
It was the abs. Woo! It's like a washboard. So the plan I went with was I just said, "Oh, thank you for the drink." I said, what did I say? I thanked him for the drink, and then I asked him, how often he's, I said,
"Do you come here often, sailor?"
Well, not really so much, not really in that line, but I was like, "Oh, are you here with people, or?" Because we live in a fairly small town, so I was like, okay, so my thinking is maybe he's with a group of people, and I know someone in that group, and they can be like, oh, and then maybe that person that mutual friend of ours could take, this guy aside and be like, he's straight, right?
I mean, we've questioned it multiple times, so maybe you never know.
If he's taking the free drinks, I guess anything goes. But
3 more, and that's a 6-pack. So Rich always says the difference between a gay guy and a straight guy is a 6-pack.
And he said that no, he said, so I was like, is this your first time here? And he said, yeah, I'm here out of town with because at the time they had opened a restaurant in that town, and so he was with like the training crew.
Okay, so he was getting it all set up and going.
Right, like he's the crew that they send in to like help train staff, things like that before they open. And I was like, oh, okay. And so then I'm like, shit. I'm like, so he's out of town. So it's still a crapshoot whether I'm just being paranoid or I need to say something. So finally, I'm just like, I don't want to give you the wrong impression, but like, I appreciate the drink. If you want, I'll buy you a drink as well. But I'm not in like, that's not like a thing. Like I didn't say that's not like a thing. What? I said something along the lines of, I'm not gay, but I didn't want to say gay. I'm dancing between raindrops here, man.
I feel like you always say, like, do I put myself in awkward positions? Like, this seems like a very awkward position you put yourself in.
Yeah, and I make it worse by the second. So I was like, So I said, I'm not. I said I'm here, but I'm not really like into guys. And then I was like, and then immediately went into like apologetics before he could even say one word or the other. I was like, I'm not really into guys. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to,
He's like, this is a gay bar? I didn't even realize.
And he was like, what did he say? He's like, oh, he said, no, it's fine.
He's like, no, it's fine. Bartender, take that off my tab. This homophobe is buying his own drink.
He was like, no, he's like, I appreciate you being upfront. And I was like, really? Because I felt like I wasn't being upfront at all. Like I was running through a whole myriad of situations in my head where this could go badly. And I tried to go for the apparently most awkward situation. So at that point I was like, well, thank you for the drink. Like I said, if you want, I can. He's like, no, it's fine. He said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He said, I'll tell you what though. Are you from here? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, how about this? How about you try and point me in the direction of somebody who's single and available? And I did. I was like, okay, well then I go for that guy or that guy or that guy. And he said, perfect. And he said, thank you very much. And off he went.
And him and Greg were married like 2 years later.
Matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find. Catch me a catch.
So this goes back. So do you have anything else to tag to that, I guess? Or is that kind of the story?
No. I think he did end up going home with somebody. So, I mean.
He gave you the thumbs up as he's walking out.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. But I apparently make a fairly good pimp.
Well, I mean, they didn't pay for it. I mean, I guess he paid you a drink.
That we know of.
Good point.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good. Yeah, see, he bought me a drink, and then I hooked him up. And then I walked up to the guy, and I was like, bitch, you will give this man some loving.
Did you really?
No. God, no.
But no, I was just trying to go back. So I'm trying to get in shape, right? So I'm thinking about, like, I don't know if you know about these things. There's these things that go on your wrist that measure your like heart rate.
God, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's like Apple Watches do it. There's Fitbits. There's like cheap knockoffs. Like I want because that's going to make me healthy, right? Knowing how many steps I take in a day.
No, it's not.
Well, I want to make me healthy.
Why are you going to obsess over? See, this is so I have a problem when it comes to this kind of invasive exercise / diets / healthy lifestyle kind of thing.
What is that?
Because, okay, so your plan is I'm going to wear this thing and it's going to have all this data, and that I'm going to use all this data to to tailor out a lifestyle plan for myself in order to get more healthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it with all my friends. Like, you're gonna know about it. I'm gonna be like, Richard, I just got 20,000 steps today.
Okay, so here's where my issue is. Because number one, collecting a bunch of data and making assumptions about it does not sometimes pay off well. What if you interpret the data wrong? And also when you're at the point where where you think, oh, well, this number says this, and so I need to, if I just do this little thing, then it'll change this number here. Like, it's a death by degrees thing. Like, if all you're going to do is sit down and play accountant with your health and say, oh, 2,000 calories, well, if I eat this, that's 5, it goes back to the whole like calorie counting thing that was like the big craze like 10 years ago, where everybody's sitting there, everybody wants to pull out a calculator before they fucking order a meal. And that makes no sense to me, because 20 calories, give or take, is not going to be the difference between 10 pounds and 89 pounds.
Well, calorie counting, the way calorie counting works, though, is that you see like actually how much you're eating. So like you go to McDonald's for lunch and, you get basically like 16,000 or 1,600 calories. You're like, oh, well, I guess I can't eat anything tonight because I've eaten all my calories already. So it's more of just a exposure to how much you're eating.
Okay, and see, that's where you're losing me, because why can't? To me, I find it to be something that people that don't have a lot of self-discipline.
Yeah, it's definitely self-control. Like, I'm like, if there's a bag of chips in the house, I will demolish those. But when I try to lose weight, it's been a few years, but I would keep track of how much I'm eating and stuff. And it's just more of you don't really need to do it like all the time, but you drink a soda a day and you drink 2 sodas a day. It's like, holy shit, that's 600 calories. That's, a third of what I'm supposed to eat and drink today. It's just more of an exposure thing, I think, more than anything.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why can't you just make the leap? Like, hey, maybe I shouldn't eat things that are bad for me. Hey, maybe I should walk more.
It's just, you get into a routine. So you go to work or do whatever you do, and you're like, hey, I'll have a soda today. Drink a soda.
But do you need numbers in order to tell you that? Do you need data in order to come to the conclusion that, hey, maybe I shouldn't eat 3 bags of chips?
I think it just makes it more. I think everybody knows you shouldn't eat 3 bags of chips in a day. But when you eat 3 bags of chips and you have to like put it into something to see like, okay, what was my daily count? Okay, 3 bags of chips. Well, shit, that's 1,200 calories. Crap, I drank a soda too. That's another 300 calories.
Exactly.
Oh, and I had that other sandwich, so I'm at like 2,700 calories today.
Right.
Wow.
Or you could just lay in bed and go, shit, I ate 3 bags of chips.
But the thing is I think you just get in like a routine and you just don't think about it. At least, some people I think you have better self-control when it comes to food than I do, for sure. There's plenty of times I'm like, all right, I'm done drinking soda. And you know what happens that next day? 3 sodas.
Yeah, really?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it gets real bad. There's an app on my phone where I can put like my credit card on my phone and buy like drinks on vending machines. So it used to be, it's like, well, I don't have any cash, so I can't get a soda. But now I have like unlimited funds at my disposal for sodas. So it's like, I'll just have 1. I'll have 2. Wow, that bag of chips looks good.
Yeah. I see the sugar and whatnot that's in soda. I always drank soda for the caffeine. I liked soda I drank soda for the caffeine. The sugar was always kind of a byproduct.
Yeah.
So like now what I do is if I drink a soda, I'll drink less than 3 a week. I usually do like 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah, I go in spurts. Every time I drink too many, I hate myself for it. I want to stop, but
oh god,
it's tough. I don't hate myself. But
I want to stop.
It's my comfort food.
Oh,
so like, what's your comfort thing? So like, you're having a stressful day. You got a podcast you're doing with me. And you're like, fuck, I do not want to do this tonight. Like, what's your comfort thing?
Like food
or whatever. Like mine's food and like drinks, like salty and like
honestly,
soda.
Like when it comes, okay, here's what I do to fix that problem. I just don't buy the shit. Like, I just make sure that the shit's not in the house. I'm the one that does the grocery shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that buys the groceries. And so I just make sure that shit isn't in the house, and then it's not there for me to get. So, like, if I want a snack, honestly, what I do is I go and put peanut butter on toast. That's my snack.
Yeah, that's my late. Peanut butter on toast is really good. Or peanut butter, like bread, and just pour honey on it.
My wife hates it.
Really?
She hates it. And she hates it when I make it. And all the kids like it, so they all eat it.
I still think like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich is not like that's living.
Yeah.
Just peanut butter the shit out of one side of the bread, jelly on the other, smack it together. Oh, it's great.
Good stuff.
It's great. All right, so you're saying that this Fitbit idea is stupid, counting calories stupid. I just need to be
calories stupid. It's the whole big data thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna collect all this data about myself, and then that's gonna tell me how I can do things better. Instead of just look at yourself objectively and say, let's do things better.
You know, probably what you should do. I've heard somebody say it's like every time you want to eat something or drink something, get in front of a mirror, take your shirt off, and jump up and down and see if you really should eat or drink whatever you're about to.
Oh God!
Because if you see it jiggle, you're like, I'm gonna pass.
Damn, that's fucking harsh.
Yeah.
That's just slapping yourself in the face.
It was an old sportscaster guy who talked about that. He's like, I always hear these people talk about how in shape they are. It's like, take your shirt off and jump in front of a mirror and tell me how in shape you are. And I did it. I'm like, oh, it all jiggles.
That's fucking harsh.
Yeah.
I think if I did that, I'd just cry.
That was the mid 2000s. So, I mean, that was like when fat shaming was okay.
I don't want to eat anything. I don't want to eat anything.
What are you doing? Okay, so I can't get this. So I need to spend money on some gadget, Richard. So what gadget should I buy?
Shawn, okay, so you're telling me about fucking big data and blah blah blah. I'm gonna bring you to the story of the evening. Story of the evening is, okay, so getting some men, not all men, but some men, to wear a condom is hard. See what I did there? Huh? Come on.
I don't get it.
Okay. There's a company called British Condoms, and they're trying to get you to wear a wearable on your wearable.
Like a double condom? We're going to be wearing double condoms in this future?
No, don't double bag. Don't ever double bag it. That's bad. That's bad advice. If there should be a picture somewhere of somebody putting two condoms on, and there should be a circle with a line through it. That's bad. Bad juju. Don't do that. So it's called the i.Con Smart Condom. And this is from, I'm going to pull this story from a couple places. Right now I'm reading from Forbes. The i.Con Smart Condom is a ring that fits over your condom and tracks your activity.
So this is a Fitbit for your...
It's a Fitbit for your fit dick.
All right.
It's a dick fit dick.
Just imagine like you're pre-gaming it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Bit dick.
All right. So what does this Fit Dick do?
You know what? You know how do you have you ever tried to like exercise that muscle?
I haven't. I know, isn't like some old monks or something used to tie stones to it?
Yeah, I'm not that hardcore. I'll hang a towel from it though.
No, yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah. And if there is a guy somewhere that has not done that or says he hasn't done that, he's a liar. We've all done it. We've all taken a towel and been like, look, it hangs there, Ray. I'm going to move it. Ooh, ghost towel. Ooh. And then you run into the bedroom. You're like, oh, honey, ghost towel.
It's like, oh, God, I'm scared of ghosts, and smacks it. You're like, I pulled something.
You broke the ghost.
She's like, good, I'm going to bed. Aww.
The website says that the device is not yet available and that they are in the final stages of testing i.Con.
That's a good test group to be with.
Yeah, right? You want to be in that group. And it's aiming for general public release in 2017. So this year, Shawn, you're looking for something to get, you could get yourself the i.Con.
There we go.
You're saying all you want numbers to help develop a plan. How about you put this thing on and it tells you that you're terrible at what you thought you were awesome at?
Just make me something else depressed about.
Right? Exactly.
Like,
That's what I'm perceiving here.
so the i.Con's a terrible name, I think. Like, I think there's probably better names for it, but like, you know, those Fitbits, like you upload all that data to your Facebook or any of your social media, be like, hey, I just walked X amount of miles. Like, how
Right.
depressing is like, Shawn is currently having sex right now. Oh,
3 minutes ago, Shawn just finished his session.
wow, when did he start? I just thought I saw it. Oh, 2:00 he started having sex. 2:03 he finished.
He burned 200 calories. That's like a Twinkie.
What was he doing?
God. The i.Con is a ring that will sit over a condom at the base, which you can use over and over again, Shawn.
Ah, so it's reusable.
She's gonna love that.
I wonder how it gets uploaded. Is it like
Machine washable?
Does it like have an app it syncs to?
It probably does. Although I'm imagining it's just gonna be another thing for like one of your kids to like dig out of your drawer and then run around with like at the most inopportune time. Like, you ever seen those videos of like the kids that like the mom's recording something on video and then the kids like running behind like, I'm a unicorn.
Laura. Shawn's got the magic sword again.
He got into your drawers again. So there you go, Shawn. This is what's going to happen is you're going to be having like a dinner party. You're going to be having some friends over, and then your son's going to like wander into the living room and be like, look, I got a pretty bracelet.
One ring to rule them all.
It doesn't fit very well. It's so tight on my hand. I think you must have adjusted the settings on it, son.
No, it comes like this. It says extra small. Oh. Why does it say 37 uses but only 2 minutes? Oh.
Why does it say petite along the side? I don't like that at all.
Oh.
That's not boosting my confidence one bit.
I don't want to have sex anymore.
The i.Con is a ring that will sit over a condom at the base, which you can use over and over again. It is extremely comfortable, water resistant, and lightweight. So, hey.
You can go swimming with it.
That's exactly what I was going to say. No, it wasn't.
Count your laps, how many laps you've made.
Yeah.
Get those numbers up a little bit.
Just throw it in the washing machine. Throw it in the washing machine.
Wow, his RPMs are really high this time.
He's a god. It's also wearable technology, which can connect to an app on your smartphone.
God, is there anything more that you don't want people to know about? Because what's going to come, like, okay, you're going to be like at a dinner party, right? Let's say you're Steve, creepy Steve.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who you know a creepy Steve.
Yeah. Everybody knows creepy Steve.
Makes the inappropriate jokes too much, like kind of hits on the girls that are married or have boyfriends there. You know, is always like, hey, you know, that's the dude that throws out the threesome all the time. And it's like, I'll go with you and your girlfriend. Like, it'll be cool. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower.
Ooh.
Like, no, Steve, we're out of college. Like, that's not even a college thing. That's weird. Stop it.
Oh, you don't do that anymore?
Well, I mean, when you took me to that bar that one time.
Yeah.
And then this guy came over and said, "Hey, Rich, I just bought Rich a drink, and he told me to go talk to you."
Yeah. And then he
and
said,
I was like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah. And then he was like, "You could be the strut."
You know what a pig roast is? No, but I love meat.
I bet you do. You're the pig.
Aw, like, babe? Sure.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
But no, creepy. So, like, there's two things that would come out of, or maybe three, I guess. There'd be, like, it would show, like, oh my God, you're amazing, right? You're a sex god.
Yeah.
You're mediocre like most people, or you suck. So you're creepy Steve. You're gonna be like, hey, check out my stats. I've got like 137 thrusts per sexual intercourse.
Yeah. What's yours at?
20.
He's, you know what? And see, this just combines creepy Steve with that asshole at the gym. You know, that's like walks like you're doing weights and he walks by and gives you that look.
What the fuck you doing here?
Yeah.
Are those 20s? Are those 20s?
Yeah. In my gym. Get your that weak sauce out of here.
I gotta do my warm up. Puts like four I don't even know what they call them. The round things. They're heavy.
I love the gym.
I love the elliptical.
I do yoga.
But he does the 4 plates and lifts it up and then drops it and grunts.
Yeah. That guy.
You're like, oh my God, is there an earthquake?
Yeah. So that guy is now going to be able to put something on his dick, and then
yeah. Oh, could you imagine like that top level's like the Jason Momoa level?
Son of a bitch! Why do you have to?
He does.
Why'd you have to bring him up?
Jason Momoa puts on like the XXX, extra large one.
Yeah.
And like it's not like too big, like it's huge, and like most women are like, oh my God, that's way too big. But it's like, well, it's Jason Momoa,
right?
And it like just works.
Yeah, like magic. It's fucking weird voodoo vagina sex devil magic.
Like just like forms like a slithering Aquaman
bastard.
I hate Jason Momoa, but I love him so much.
Fucker. Okay.
No, but so you got Creepy Steve. So you're at a party. He's like, yeah, 172. And your wife is like, hey, show him yours. We got one of those. Like,
no,
I don't wanna.
No.
The app crashed.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I accidentally uninstalled it. Oh, my data's lost. No, you didn't, honey. We saved it to the cloud. I hate the cloud. I hate the cloud.
Don't hit. Did you just hit upload to Facebook, sweetie? Oh no, my mom knows. I'm ashamed.
Laura, these numbers are terrible.
My numbers would be twice this, Laura. I know this isn't my son.
Using what the website describes as a nanochip and sensors. The wearable doesn't track the number of steps you take unless you are walking in a really weird way. Oh, clever, Forbes. Clever. Instead,
that's how I go for walks. I just start thrusting.
Instead, the website explains that for $59.99, and this is in pounds, so this will be roughly about $75 US.
See, 1 pound equals $1.22 US.
Okay, so about like 67 pounds. Or
this is $59.99.
$59.99.
That's like $73.
Okay,
that's not a bad deal.
Right, $73. So
what site is this? I gotta place an order.
The i.Con will be able to record. Okay, so I'm going to give you the data. I'm going to give you the data that it will record. Ready? Calories burnt during sexual intercourse. On average, 100 calories per session, and this is according to a University of Montreal study.
So equivalent of running a mile.
Yeah. God, is it really that?
Yeah, I think you burn like 80 to 100 calories running unless you're running a super fast mile. Like a 10, 12-minute mile, I think it's like 100 calories.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, think about that. You drink that soda and you run a mile, it's like a third of it you've burned.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And you know where you learn all that stuff, Richard? Whenever you keep calorie tracking on your phone?
No. You would be the guy that buys this. You know what I think? I think you would buy this and not tell Tiffany, and you would just keep these numbers for yourself, unless they were really, really good, and then you would show them to everybody.
Well, wouldn't you? Like, you'd be Creepy Steve, and I'd be Creepy Steve at that point. Like, if you have low numbers or average numbers, you're like, yeah, that's stupid. Who would buy that? That's dumb. But if you get it and you're like superstar, like Jason Momoa level, you're like, yeah, I'm going to show everybody.
I'm
Look
just
at this.
saying that, like, I don't think, like, I'm not that, active. I mean, I kind of, by the end of it, I'm kind of like huffing and like I need like a second.
That sounds so sexy.
You know what? You're not far off.
There is nothing attractive about having sex. Like, we are the generation where movies have ruined sex for us.
Right? Like that's why like I look at myself like naked in a mirror and I'm like, I wouldn't fuck me. There's no way. No way.
Like I said, I'm starting to get a little bit of extra weight, about like 15 pounds too much. I'm like, yeah, 30's hitting me hard.
Okay.
Well, you don't go on trips with me anymore, and I wonder why.
On average, 100 calories per session. So calories burnt during sexual intercourse. So that's a number you'll get. Total number of thrusts.
I just like, you get badges. You get
That's what
the
I'm saying.
thumper badge.
So are they treating the thrusts like the steps?
You have reached the Bugs Bunny threshold.
Like, would you stop in the middle of it and be like, no, I need to calm down because I was just about to finish and I want to get to 10,000.
I'm 69 away from my personal best.
Well, how many do you have in? 5.
1, 2. Okay, pause. 3. So close.
Oh, see,
I just get more when I'm by myself. I don't know why.
You should have let me wait. You should have let me wait. But yeah, so I guess that's what that's for. So you do a thrust tracker, like a step tracker. And do you post that number to Facebook? Because
I mean,
see, and here's what I'm saying when it comes to like sharing this information. What the fuck do you compare it to? So let's say, Shawn, you got your little dick Fitbit, your dick bit.
I get the least the small to medium size.
It says your total number of thrusts was 40 in your last session. And then you post that number, and I look at it. I'm like, oh, 40. I'm like, is that good? Is that bad? How many do I do?
Babe, we need a sex bit. I gotta beat Shawn.
I don't know. What's an adequate number?
I have no clue.
Exactly. But you know what? What's gonna happen? The next time you do it, you're gonna count.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing is you're gonna see your significant other's ex-boyfriend. Or, your ex-girlfriend's boyfriend, his number gets posted, and you're like, I could do better than that.
Yeah.
Totally do better than that. Because every dude, I don't know, this is probably just me, but you want to, think that you're at least, adequate in that area, right? I hold that in pride. I want to make sure I'm good at that.
Of course.
This is just, proving the fact that I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's taking something that's on average very speculative and putting it in logical scientific terms, and I don't like that.
Keep your science out of my sex life, Richard.
Exactly.
Oh man, that depresses me a ton. Think about that. You post
what happens
your numbers.
In there's between me, her, and Jesus. And sometimes he doesn't want to look.
Why is Jesus crying? He's not crying. He's laughing. Aww.
Oh shit! I forgot what was. Okay, so number of thrusts, and like I said, what do you compare that to? What's a good number? What's a bad number? I don't know. I see. My thing is, I'm not going to be able to. I can't afford a Fitbit. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have a pen and a paper on the side of the bed. I'm going to write. There's going to be a little
check
tally
marks.
And towards the end, they're going to be like squiggles.
That counts as 30. But think about so that's. How depressing would that be? Because all that data is going to get uploaded somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if it's do you want to upload this? You're like, no. It's like, oh, whatever. We're just not telling you now.
Actually, no. What'll happen is they'll release this, and 6 months down the road, it'll say, British condoms recently hacked, massive data mining, and then all those numbers are going to be out on fucking BitTorrent. And I'm going to have to go find it and download it and then delete it. So much work.
So going back, so let's say, like you're saying, you want to at least think you're good in that area, right?
Right.
Because I think guys take that more serious than girls.
Oh,
girls,
much more.
I don't know if most girls care that much. Tiffany, I don't think she cares that much.
No, I don't think so. But I will say that, okay, now, I don't think that women care whether or not they're good. And I mean, just for speaking for myself, I'm just grateful that she wants to sleep with me at all.
This is just going to give her more fuel to be like, no, your numbers are terrible.
But one thing I will say when it comes to women is they want to know that they're the best that you've had. They don't care. Women don't care about being better than other women unless it's women that you've been with.
Well, I think that's even as a guy. I think you want that.
Oh, that's totally as a guy. But
you want to be the best and the most endowed.
Right. I I'm saying, like, I mean, sorry to draw a line in the sand here with my dick, but I'd like to think that I'm better than you with this, and I'm sure you'd like to think you're better than me at this. Of course. But see, women aren't like that. Like, women, if you and I were girls, I wouldn't care whether or not you're better or whether or not I'm better.
Yeah. It's like, 'cause we're sleeping with guys, they'll do anything.
But I will say that women care that they are better than the other women that you've been with. I think. I
think this would hurt. Like, if there was the equivalent to a female version of this, but like, I don't think their egos would get hurt that much. But as a man, like, I would be scared to death to see these numbers.
Yeah.
I don't want to know them.
No. God, no.
My life is depressing as is. Like, how depressing would it be to get that kind of stuff?
Oh, Shawn, we're only at the second category here.
Oh.
There's more data to come.
Hello, oncoming traffic. Oh, I can't even thrust into that right.
Okay. So we're at total number of thrusts. Ready for the next one?
Give it to me.
Frequency of sessions.
Inadequate data.
Do you really need a machine to tell you the last time you had sex? Like, can't you just remember?
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess the question is, would you use it when you're by yourself? Then that would be even worse. It's like, this says that you've used this like the last 12 days in a row. What's going on? It must be an error.
5 times in the last 24 hours?
I was only gone for 6 of those hours. And we go on trips together, Richard. We're driving, and like, you use the restroom, and you come back, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, Shawn just posted something.
Oh,
wait a second.
Damn it.
I was only gone for 2 minutes.
I went out to get a soda. I just burned a third of that.
That would be like, because sometimes you kind of forget, especially as you've been married for a while and all that stuff. It's like, has it been a week? Has it been 2 weeks? I don't know.
I will say, yeah, like if it's been longer than a week, I'll notice. But other than that, like if it's been like 6-7 days or less, like I easily am like, when was today's Tuesday? So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next number. You ready? So apparently, if you forgot the last time you had sex, then this thing will tell you. Oh,
it laughs at you every day. It's been 18 days. Oh,
Siri, when was the last time I got laid? Unable to recall.
Year cannot be calculated.
Okay, total duration of sessions.
That'd be interesting, actually. Like, have you ever tried to do that math in your head? It's like, how long have I, like, in my life, how long have I had sex?
No.
Have you ever tried to do
well, I'm thinking, like it's timing you. Like, but when does it start? Because, I mean, okay, so this thing apparently slides over a condom, right? So, I mean, I don't know about you, but sometimes there's business that goes on before we get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get your bills paid, and you got to probably clean some stuff up. And then you got to, make sure all the laundry's folded.
Shawn.
There's putting away the dishes. And then usually it's bedtime.
Oh, Shawn had a bet. Didn't have a talk. Negotiation and communication is key, sir.
I would assume it's probably when you hit the start. Like, that's when it's like, okay, this is go time for you.
Maybe it's voice activated. Start! I'm ready for the sex now.
And then it hears not tonight, and it goes, boo.
Going into sleep mode.
Oh, I hate this thing.
So total duration. So that way it can tell you how long or how not so long you lasted.
Average 27.5 seconds.
Next number.
Go to 4 decimal places.
The next number, girth measurement.
Oh, that would probably make me want to slit my throat. Well, that's the thing. You're like, I think I'm okay in that department, right?
So now I will say that I think if any of these things are going to get shared, if that number's decent, that's the number that's getting shared.
I mean, you're like, every girl I've been with is like, it's a good size.
Oh, no.
For your information, when a girl says a good size, that's a nice way of saying it's small.
Hey.
That's all I got.
So yeah, girth measurement.
God, is this just a thing like to make guys hate themselves?
I actually there's a story I read. They said average. They've done studies and they said the average size is around 5.5, and that's just length. I mean, we're not talking about girth here, which is what this thing's going to measure. You know what you could do? You know what you could always do, Shawn? You could always just, take this and like wrap it around an eggplant and then upload that number to YouTube. Like Tiffany goes in the kitchen, you're wrapping this thing around an eggplant. Start! And then you just start moving your hand back and forth.
You just throw it in the dishwasher.
Are you cheating on the dick fit? Are you padding your numbers? No.
Yes.
Okay. Next number.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah. Next number. Ready?
Oh, man.
Speed of thrusts and average velocity of thrusts. So now that one I'd be kind of curious of. So maybe it's like baseball. You know what I mean? Like they hold the little thing up and measure the fastball.
The exit velocity. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess that you could find that sweet spot. And maybe your lady's like, yeah, when you're at 37 RPMs, that's way too much. 26 is the sweet spot.
Right.
Like, oh, okay. Put a little like indicator on it.
Oh God! Then I'd be working the fucking clock, and so then what would happen is I would be I'd be having sex while staring at like a monitor above her head, and she's like right there, and I'm like, okay, that's okay. So
it's a little like graph. It's like, okay, gotta keep it there. Oh, cramp.
Charlie horse, pins and needles. You're right. It would be. It'd be like it looked like a little graph, and you're like, okay, we're good. She's like right there, and I'm like, okay, stay there. No, don't finish. Oh.
Nosedive.
Shit. All right.
It plays the Price is Right. Burr, 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 burr.
Next number. Apparently this is in beta testing. This one is in beta testing right now. Different positions used. How does it
know?
Yeah, that's what exactly. How does it know?
I mean, maybe the angle, but even then, I don't think it changes that much.
Screams out, wrong hole.
Oh, got another one on the chart. I got the Dirty Bandit or the Dirty Bandit badge. Or that was the Sneaky Bandit.
Sour cream Sanchez! Ole!
Babe, let's get the Angry Dragon tonight.
Achievement unlocked. Oh. Yeah, this Forbes article says the same thing. It says, how exactly will this be measured?
I feel like you're going to see, because I mean, in all honesty, most of us are probably average. Like, none of us are sex goddesses, I would assume, or sex gods. So I think this is just going to reassure you that, like, it's like, yeah, it's just another thing you're mediocre at.
Yeah. And then the last number is average skin temperature. I don't know what that's going to be for. I guess maybe just to make sure that you're not, gonna die.
About to start a fire. No, the only number I'd be interested in is like the duration, like you add those up. Because like I always try to feel like, okay, you sleep 8 hours a day, so if you live X number of years, you've been sleeping for, like 20 years of your life or whatever.
I gotcha.
Like it'd be interesting to be like, so for my life, I've been having sex for a total of 7 hours.
Yeah, for me, the only one I'd be kind of curious of is that speed of thrust, because you're right. Like, let's say one speed is a good speed and one speed's a bad speed, but it's different every time.
Yeah,
because that's okay. Yeah. See, and I think now we're getting down to the crux of the matter. Is
women parts are weird. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No, Shawn, what I was going to say in the real world was that the type of sex that you either have or want varies from time to time. Like not every like when you go to the gym, you push yourself every single time. Like when you go to the gym, you're going to work when you go to work out. Like it's not like, oh, today I'm going to, lift 500 pounds 12 times. And then tomorrow I'm going to, jog in place for 10 minutes.
Well, that's kind of like when you're talking about all those apps, or the Fitbit. It's trying to top yourself the next time. Better yesterday, I think, is one of the taglines.
Right, but at some point, like, isn't she gonna be like, could you just slow the fuck down?
No, I'm almost at my personal best. Have a heart attack midway through.
Skin temperature rising.
Elevated levels. Danger. Danger.
Additionally, Denise Moreno reports from Medical Daily that developers of the smart condom said the i.Con can indicate the presence of sexually transmitted infections. The ring has an antibodies filter which sends an alert to the app when it detects proteins or antigens found in STIs.
Warning, warning. Pull your penis out of the dirty hole. Like how bad if it was like a negative, like a false positive type scenario?
Danger, like, Will Robinson.
Like, what if you're married too, and like you start doing that, and like that's gonna be like start of divorces.
Yeah,
you have a false positive, like no, dick bit wouldn't lie.
No, babe, toilet seat. It was toilet seat. Oh shit.
Guess I'll do it by myself.
Let's see if I can get my personal best. Oh, okay. You were saying they said it right here. Has this diagnostic capability actually been scientifically tested? What if a false negative gives the user some false assurance? Yeah, because you were saying false positive. What about a false negative? Like, what if it's like, hey, everything's good here, and it's really not?
Why does it burn when I pee?
The website says that all data will be kept anonymous, but users
famous last words.
But users will have the option to share their recent data with friends or indeed the world.
Or if you have enough money, you can get your friends' stats for $75 a piece.
Oh God. Yeah, I have no idea why you would want to share any of this information at all.
Only if it's good. I mean, men's egos are super, at least mine. My ego is super sensitive.
Right, yeah. Like, you don't talk about nobody talks about the bad sex they have. I mean, I've never heard of such a thing as bad sex, but if I did ever have it, I'm sure I wouldn't want to share it. For me, it's all good.
Yeah.
Because like I
every
said,
time.
The fact that anybody wants to sleep with me at all is a testament to their fortitude of character.
Man, like what? I imagine like this would be a situation you get those and like there's that Facebook button. Because I mean,
yeah, what? Yeah, I mean, you accidentally hit that button.
Yeah, and mom's like, I saw you worked out today. 47 thrusts. That's weird. Is that like steps or
is that like lunges?
What's a dick bit? What's a dick bit? Is that like is like a Richard make this? Is this a thing Richard did? Yeah, totally, Mom.
You should talk to him about it.
Laura, I just got the new dick bit. Let's see what my stats are.
The website, yeah, that's the other thing. Where do you get your parents' information?
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing is like you're gonna be shit. So you go over to Mom and Pop's for the Christmas vacation. You're sitting there, all of a sudden you get an alert. Hey, Dad just posted something on Facebook. Oh God, they're in the other room.
Yeah.
Dad had too much cider.
And then he comes out like, I got Christmas presents.
Big old smile on his face.
The website adds that you will be able to anonymously access stats that you can compare with i.Con users worldwide.
That's oof.
So there you go. You can put your stuff on a leaderboard. Huh? How's that feel?
Well, I mean, how many video games, Richard, have you been a leader on in any leaderboard? I feel like this is the same thing.
Oh, the only stat I'm number one at is number of STIs.
Well, I guess I'm in the bottom 20%. That's good, right? No, thank you.
No, thank you at all.
You look at the stats and you come to bed and your wife's like, hey, I was thinking about fooling around tonight. You want? No, I never want to have sex again because I'm terrible at it.
Have you ever wondered how many calories you're burning during intercourse? How many thrusts? Speed of your thrusts? The duration of your sessions? No, I haven't wondered any of those things until tonight. I have not wondered about any of these things.
Well, that's a sign of a good product. You don't know it until you hear about it.
Yeah.
You don't know you want it until you hear about it. I don't know. I dropped $75 for one.
Also, how disconcerting do you think your lady friend would feel when, like, as soon as you get done, you're like, hey, I broke my record.
Well, it used to be that cigarettes were the the thing you do after having sex.
Yeah.
They say that cell phones is the new cigarette. So after you get busy, you go to your cell phone. So at least that would give you something specific to look for. Like, all right, I got to log into my Fitbit app and see how I did.
Instead of just asking the person next to you.
Well, they're not going to tell you the truth.
This is the world.
How was it, babe? Oh, it was great. It was amazing.
This is the world we live in.
Like the guy at the bar that you took home. Like, did he tell you how great you were?
I didn't take him home. I was very nice and polite and cordial.
Oh, I'm sorry. You pointed him in the direction of somebody to take home.
I did, and he got busy. And
you're like, that guy right there. Like, you're pointing in the mirror. You're pointing to yourself.
Okay,
no.
You know what? We're wrapping this up. I'm wrapping this up, and here's my closing thought. Technology is going to be the downfall of mankind. That's my closing thought.
Sex bots, dick bits.
We don't need these kinds of numbers. There are, in order to advance ourselves as a species. We don't need it. We don't need it, Shawn. We've survived and evolved for the last 50,000 years, and we've done it without cell phones and dick bits. So
keep your damn technology out of my bedroom.
Yeah, you bastards.
All right, well, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Visit our website. We're at languageofbromance.com. Follow us on Twitter. We're at languageofbro. Email us at eatthebeaver@languageofbromance.com. Check out the LB Army Intelligence Reports. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe and leave a review on Google Play Music, iTunes, and Stitcher.
And don't forget to check us out on the Pod Bros Network.
These best, I think they have the best stats of all podcasts for the dick bit. Like all the networks submit all their dick bit info to see where they are, and Podbros is always number one.
Their average thrust speed is very high.
And if you want to add a little bit of money so Richard and I can get dick bits, hey, that's a level.
I will not get it. I will not buy one of these.
Richard and I will post our dick bit stats.
Never will I ever. Never
Go to our Patreon account, www.patreon.com/languageofbromance.
Never will I ever.
All right. Well, is there anything else before I close her out?
No, I don't know. We're staying away from this forever.
All right.
Forever.
Well, that's all the bromance we have for this show. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Richard.
And I say we keep track of how we eat the beaver.
Apparently your lapping speed is lacking. You need to speed that up.
Hold on, Rich. I gotta post something to Facebook.
Ew.